everyone. Christian Shreve, bestboxingbets.com. Listen, it's not just about making money. It is about keeping it, isn't it? Now, a lot of people, they will make their money and they will blow it. In fact, in our game, it's a lot like blackjack, where somebody will make their money, they'll sit around for 45 minutes, find the right hand, make a lot of money, and that same day the money's all gone. They've blown it another way. That's why the casino-sponsored movies like Bringing Down the House, 21, starring Kevin Spacey. Now, in boxing, we have distraction bets. And so here is a way where you can find the right guy and still lose your money. I have a friend, someone I respect. I more than respect him. I highly admire him. He's a professional in this game. He makes his living doing this. And we had some conversation about the recent Pacquiao-Rios fight coming up. He said, look, I'm with you. I understand. We haven't seen Pacquiao take it on the chin. We don't know if he can. He could be like Roy Jones. The concussion is severe enough that he can't absorb any type of punishment. Rios hits hard. I can't bet on Pacquiao, especially after the long layoff. Rios strategically is a seek and destroy fighter. He has to track you, set, find you, and fire upon you repeatedly to get you in trouble. Pacquiao moving his perimeter offense about before he fires should chew the guy up. That's why he selected. I can't bet on Rios. So I can't bet on Rios. I can't bet on Pacquiao. I get it. But I have this clever idea. The over and under is 9.5 rounds. Now, for those of you who don't know, you don't have to just say, well, this fighter is going to beat this other fighter. You can say, I believe it will go over this amount of rounds or less than. In this fight, it was 9.5 rounds for most sources. So you could make a wager that doesn't involve picking either man and say, I believe it's going to go over this amount or I believe it's going to go under. And I sent back, don't do it. He did it anyway. And it made sense. He had good reasons. His reasons were, Rios, if you were to lock two guys together with shackles by the foot, Brandon Rios would be in the top 10 pound for pound in all divisions probably. This guy will beat the snot out of people. Manny Pacquiao is the most offensive, formidable machine in the game. The fight's going to go less than 9.5 rounds. You have one incredible offensive fighter facing another incredible offensive fighter. It makes sense that somewhere along the line there's going to be an eruption and one of the guys is going to go down. Please don't fall for these distraction bets. Now, I know people in my business who get paid to advise people with picks. They don't want this type of thing being said, but I like to see an educated betting populace. I like investors to be highly informed. And as an investor trainer, my job is to work my way out of a job. So you don't need me at all. And so please listen. Do not fall for a distraction bet. It is impossible, especially in boxing. What did you have here? Well, you had Rios fighting smarter than he usually did, jabbing his way in, and then being befuddled by Pacquiao. And you have Pacquiao, who, although an offensive force, is fighting much bigger men, and hadn't won by KO in, 4 years? In fact, you have guys where he's fighting Antonio Margarito, the guy with the plaster of Paris in his hand. Probably, Antonio Margarito has never recorded a legitimate victory over any professional fighter in his entire life. There's reason to believe that he never won a fair fight, ever. And although he brutally pummeled guys and kids in the gym, when Pacquiao had him helpless in the late rounds, Pacquiao let up on him. And when he was asked about that in the ring after winning the fight, he said, I felt compassion for my opponent. This is quite a guy. But he let off on him. So he wins. He wins at the elite level. Very rarely at against guys this much bigger than him does he win by KO. If he were to start tackling guys at 140 again, 135, he'd start scrambling them the way he did before. But he's fighting 147, 154 guys who come into the ring as middleweights and super middleweights after the final weigh-in. They bulk up to that. So don't be deceived. You can see a fighter back off on a guy. You can see a fighter make a mistake, break his hand, get cut, change styles, go from offensive to defensive and try to box his way out of damage. You can see two guys decide that they're not going to go for it. You never know what's going to happen. This is the most unpredictable sport. It is a distillation of combat handgunning, and you never know what you're going to see. So, those people who need that extra action, they should play the lotto because they stand just as much chance of picking this. Very rarely, if ever, does it work. Do not bet the over-under on any professional boxing match because that turns your smart investment into a gamble, and that's ludicrous. Christian Shreve, bestboxingbets.com. I'm Christian Shreve, and I'm here to tell you about why I think you should own my new book, Money Boxing, which is on sale now. Money Boxing has something for everyone, whether or not you know anything about boxing. You're about to receive a backstage pass into a world of glamour, corruption, and intrigue. And you're going to learn about the system, which is the only thing the casinos have had to fear in a long time. You can own Money Boxing by clicking on the link below now. I think you'll like it.